What's happening, fellers? I know it's been a while since I did an update on anything. I still haven't got to the T4 system on this truck. Got busy. Actually had a lot of work in my shop. Got a nice Chevelle there. A good friend of mine, Dave, it's a 68 SS clone with a 4-speed. Was a small block, and brought it to me as a shell basically, and I'm dropped the motor and the 4-speed in it and getting all that ready. Real nice car. So taking my time on it, and just got the fuel system plumbed the other day, the fuel filter and all that stuff, so that worked out good. Just gotta do cooling system, all the belts, heater hoses, gotta hook up the temperature setting unit, gotta hook up the oil pressure setting unit, that stuff. So it came to me, basically the start of it was the proportion valve was on the frame rail. That's where they are factory on these cars. So basically these headers, as you can see, there is barely any room as it is with these headers. Don't mind the linkage, I haven't hooked this up or anything quite yet. There's no room in these cars once you put a big block and have these headers on the driver's side. So this had to be relocated with a JEGS kit. This is a bigger master set up for disc conversion, but the car is still a drum, but we just wanted to get this part of it done, and we can convert. He's probably going to convert the front to disc, I think, for now, eventually, and then, but right now it's all drum, which works okay. He had manual brakes. I converted it to vacuum. Put this on. The proportion valve kit came from JEGS, I think. Did all the copper lines. Routed those to the front. So that was basically the start of the project. Had to get those all routed, and then did the long 1/4-inch line to the back, to the rear end. That was the start of it. Got the motor in there, trans in there after that. I got a whole JEGS kit. Just kind of like a clamp together exhaust system, 3-inch dual. These are like the biggest hooker headers you can get for these cars. And like I said, they just fit. It's real close to the cross member too, if you look down in there somewhere. Super close. One of the primaries is like 1/8 of an inch away from the cross member. Yeah, so there's not a whole heck of a lot left to do. Just gonna do a distributor, all the ignition stuff, battery, cooling system. Gotta get a bracket for the throttle cable. And the other big thing, like I said, is the exhaust. That's probably, I'll do that last. I'll get it running, make sure it moves, and clutch engages, and adjust the clutch, and that sort of thing. Get all that squared away, and then I'll get it up in the air again, do the exhaust. I can put the starter in too, that's right. Starter's gotta go in. But yeah, so this has been a long term. I think it's been here for a couple weeks now. Had a couple of jobs in between that, but yeah, it's a beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. But it's got a 12-bolt. It's all UMI products. It's all UMI control arms. 12-bolt with a posi. Like I said, 4-speed, 396. The real 396 motor. It's I think the 325 horse version. It's got a hydraulic flat tappet cam in it. Obviously, as you can see, a Performer RPM intake. He said different pistons. It's got a, that's the Holley 750 double pump. So it'll probably be good for 450 or so. He says the guy said 550. So we'll see. I mean, we're not going to dyno it or anything, but see to your pants, you can kind of get an idea of what it really is. So that's what I've been up to. Like I said, I have not got around to this. Still sitting here all pretty. Like I said, it's going to take some time because I'm going to have to build a downpipe to go from here to my existing downpipe or something like that. Actually, the other day, a local guy was selling some nice plenums, some nice aluminum plenums, $100. These are 3-inch. So those will go nice with the turbo, kind of help a little less resistance getting into the engine, so maybe a little less boost, maybe a little more power, who knows. But yeah, so haven't got quite to that. The other thing, you guys will like this. This old girl. So, a little bit of a story to this bike. Got it from West Brookfield, so I don't know, 15 minutes from my house. Had a top end on it. It did run. Needed a stator, so the guy gave me a stator with it for a little extra money. The frame's an 88. Supposedly the motor is an 86, so a short rod motor. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Once you start throwing performance parts at these things, they rip anyway, but 86 motor, 88 frame, all powder coat. It's all real nice powder coat. It's still a little dirty because it's been sitting in the guy's garage. And factory swing arm with, he chromed it all. A lot of money in chrome and powder coat in this thing. A nice DG alloy grab bar. Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really nice bike to start out with. Yep, it's got, I think those are MSR bars with a Pro Taper cover. You know, pretty trick looking, nice red bars. Yeah, so I mean, he like I said, I saw it all together. The top end, it was a REP jug in a cool billet aluminum cool head. I don't know if it was big bore or not, I'm not sure. And I was doing some investigating. I was like, man, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Well, I looked, I don't think it was, because I don't know if it's gonna zoom for you guys, but well, probably not, but there it is. It's got a 155 primary and a 40 idle jet, so that's a ballpark of like more of a stock bike. So went on Amazon, or eBay, I should say eBay, ordered a jet kit for it. Got the jet kit coming. Let's see what else. These just came in the other day from eBay. It's a company out of Texas. That Benzies Custom. They're actually real nice, real fucking sturdy. I think you can bend those unless you crash the thing, but you need a radiator shroud, so I bought some nice aluminum radiator shrouds. Thinking I could probably polish them. I'll throw a sticker kit on them or something, make it look a little more old school race bike. I really like this bike because it has the old Nax kit, which not really meant for this plastic kit. This plastic kit's like I'm assuming aftermarket, like a race plastics kit, because it doesn't have the air, or the shrouds, I should say, that dip in. So there's no shrouds here, so it's just flat. You know, it's got still got the factory tank plastic, old school grippy seat cover. So the thing was, the top end that was on it was an REP, like I said, REP jug, billet aluminum cool head. So apparently it wasn't, I guess it wasn't his. So I saw it all together. They took it apart in front of me. I didn't pay a lot for it. I paid very little money for it, and I know what these bikes are worth. You know, so I couldn't say no, and they gave me a factory jug, factory head. The jug already has port work, so that's cool. So have a little port work done with it. Jug's already at the machine shop, going 60 over. So, you know, in CCs, if you really care, it's a 250. It'll be a 257. 257 is what it's going to go up to. And it's already got, I'll show you guys right here, ESR. I guess this is I'm not a massive 250R guy, but I guess this is the exhaust it has. Eddie Sanders Racing. That's a Trx 5B, so it was built for a big bore kit. So I think that REP jug that was on there was like a 310 kit or something at one point. So I'm gonna keep that. I might lose a little bottom end with it because it's a freaking, you know, whale tail for a freaking pipe. But yeah, man, this thing should rip. But so it came with the ESR expansion chamber, and then it came with the ESR center exit pipe. Here, let me get over here more so you guys can see what the hell is going on. Yep. So it's got the center exit pipe with the billet mount for your brake fluid reservoir and all that. I haven't had it totally hooked up because I'm gonna have to take it off, obviously, to put the jug back on and put the expansion chamber on and all that nonsense. But that's gonna be, I'm gonna run that, and then I'm gonna build an intake with a filter, somewhere there, because you can't run an airbox. It came with a factory airbox, but I'm not gonna run it. I'm gonna build a kit. I might even use this, try to manipulate this somehow so I could use this air filter or something. I don't know yet, but we'll see. You know, it's got a brand new uni filter in it, so it's too bad that I gotta not run it. But ESR is out of stock of their airbox eliminators, so that's too bad. It was like $85 for their ESR kit with a billet. You know, the carb sits like right here. Then it's got a billet mount under the plastics that holds the filter steady, and you can put a nice filter cover on it and stuff. But yeah, so a couple small things I gotta do. I gotta get some brake line mounts. Where the hell are right here? Oh, here we go. You know, like this is zip tied on there, which I don't really like. The guy was kind of throwing it together fast, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna do something so I can get that bolted to the frame and everything. But just needs odds and ends. Like I said, I went to ESR's website. I paid, it's like $150 for their billet 550 thick reeds, the reed cage. So it's gonna have ESR reeds, carbon reeds, with the 550 thick billet aluminum block. I guess it gives you more mid-range and real high, you know, a lot of power on the top end. So this is going to be a high RPM bike. Like I said, 60 over, ported. It'll have ESR reeds. So I guess as far as dyno results go, ESR I guess is better than V-Force. Back then they were comparing to V-Force 2. I don't know about V-Force 3 reads, but ESR seems to be the way to go. It seems like this guy's been messing with these bikes since they came out. So I'm gonna go with him. I'm trying to think. I don't think I ordered anything else. Jet kit. Like I said, the piston's on its way. It's a Pro X piston, 60 over piston. I got to give that to my guy Dave Edgar, so he can finish honing it to perfection, you know, and figure for piston expansion and stuff. They don't. If it was an old piston, it would expand a lot, but the pistons you buy nowadays don't really expand like they used to. So you really don't have to account for that as much, but you still kind of do. Yeah, man. So that's what I've been up to. I've been kind of busy. Like I said, I had the Chevelle in here, and then I had a couple projects in between that, doing a couple other things for some friends and doing U-joints and some small stuff. But yeah, and I guess I'll show you guys what I bought for this truck. You'll like this. So these are I found these on Marketplace on Facebook for $1,000, and the rims are pretty nice. They're American Eagle alloy. They're 16.5 by 975 wide. And these are 35, 12.5, 16.5 obviously. Interco Thornbird TSLs. And man, do they look fucking mean on this truck. Real mean. You know. I think I gained a couple inches of width just by putting these on as opposed to my factory Alcoas. But yeah, they're brand new, basically. A little bit of dry rot, but I run this truck locally. I don't travel with it really, so I'm not really worried about anything happening as far as like the tires ever coming apart or anything. This one, I had to have my guy Sean Luddy in Munson. He's a bit of a fab guy, and I had to have him plug all those holes solid, because all the lug nut holes, because the guy I bought it off of, he ran that one rim with 4 lug nuts, so, which is great. Not really, that sucks, but ran with 4 lug nuts, obviously oblonged all the holes right out, so I had to have that wheel welded shut, and then have them all milled out, drilled out, and I had to have the machine guy I used. He actually had to make he drilled them. He had to make a tool to make the bevel for the conical seat for the lug nuts. So it took us some time, but the problem is I can't buy another wheel, so that's why I had to just get it machined and stuff. He did a crazy good job. I've probably put 600 miles on these rims and tires, and I've checked the lug nut torque and all that, and they haven't budged. So they should be all set, I guess, and they look great. What else? What else did I get for this truck? Oh yeah, I got fenders. A good buddy of mine went to Miami, Florida, bought a 6.7 Power Stroke. And he's like, if you need anything on my way back up, he said, I'll grab it for you. And I'm like, all right. So found some rust-free white fenders off of the highway in Virginia for $100 for the pair, from a guy on OBS Addicts. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I paid for him with PayPal, and the guy left them out front. My buddy picked them up, and that was that. And now I got them. I'll show you guys those things. Real nice. They have some imperfections, but I mean, they're, as far as rust goes, there is no rust on these fenders at all. Like I said, there's some minor stuff here, but that one's got a little smudge in it, a little dent. But super clean, super clean. So, it's not a little bit of surface, but other than that, they're, in Virginia, they're not worth much, but you come out here to Massachusetts, man, and they're, those things are $250 a piece, so $100 for some basically mint white fenders to throw on this thing was good. But, same guy, same buddy of mine, he found a truck with a rust-free, rot-free white bed, and this bed's roached, as you can see. This side's bad. Somebody sideswiped something, and it got pushed in pretty bad. If you look at it, it's all fucked up. Excuse my language. And it's all rusty here and there and everywhere, and I gotta stop running this truck in the wintertime, but so yeah, this bed's gonna be gone. He's got a rust-free bed, white already, so it's gonna get fenders. I gotta find a hood for it too. I'll show you. Trying to get this thing looking right again, put the turbo kit on it, and kind of try to preserve it. As you can see, that it's like bent up. Somebody left like tools under here and smashed the hood shut, and it's always been like that since I bought the truck 4 or 5 years ago. I just didn't care at the time, but now it's starting to bother me, and all the paint's junk, so I'm really trying to avoid having to paint anything, so I've been trying to find white body panels. I gotta get the bumper. This bumper's starting to break through here, break through here. My headlights still look good though. I fixed, polished up the lenses, man, and they came out great. They look great again. I love those projectors, bright as hell. It's real nice going down the road. But yeah, I mean, that's about an update for you guys. I gotta get going on this thing. Actually, I don't know if I did put the intercooler in, actually. The intercooler is in. So, got an intercooler. It's in there. It's not plumbed, so it's still non-intercooled. I wanted to put the intercooler in there, and just have it in there so when the turbo kit's ready to go on, I can just plumb it all at once. And the thing will be intercooled. It'll have the billet 66 7391 on it from VS Racing, Gen 2 billet unit. Yeah, so that's it. So that's just a quick update on things I'm doing and things I need to do. And I know some of you are intrigued by the stuff I have and the projects I got. And yep, so oh, I got this too. My girlfriend, my wonderful girlfriend, she got me this, what's the brand of it? I like this thing a lot. It is a Extreme Power topside creeper. And let me tell you something. If you're gonna work on old junk like this, please buy one of these. I don't know how much she paid for it. I didn't ask. I know they're expensive, but you know, she's heaven sent for buying that for me. My birthday was last month, so she hooked me up pretty good. But yeah, so if you guys don't have me on Instagram, I have 2 Instagrams. My personal account for me is slow73, just as it's said, no spaces or anything. And then I kind of started my I wouldn't call it a racing program, but I put all my stuff about my Chevy on there, my C10 and stuff. That's Pine Street Performance, so Pine_Street_Performance on Instagram. So if you guys don't have me on Instagram at all, you can go ahead and follow me there. I'll probably have more sporadic updates than YouTube. I'm just terrible at editing and uploading stuff, and I've just been so busy I haven't given you guys anything to watch. But yeah, man, so that's a little bit of a rambletron, whatever you want to call it, of all the junk I've bought and the stuff I need to do now that the weather's finally getting warmer. So alright guys, well, hopefully I'll talk to you soon.